have programs in English, we have programs in French, we have Swiss programs, we have an international baccalaureate.
You have a teacher.
Comment?
Teacher?
Oui.
Your room is right on the top of the main building of the school, and look, that's what I call a balcony.
You can choose two options, 15 hours of intensive English or French per week, or 20 hours of English or French per week.
The schedule format is very university-like. There is no coming at 7 and going at 3. It's variable. It might look like I'm insane, dragging a suitcase across the mountains to nowhere, but I'm actually only need to walk 15 minutes. And you can see this beauty along the road, vineyards. It's a pity there are no grapes yet. The vineyards are all along the way to the lake. Look at that, what a beauty. I've shown you that for a reason. This card is essentially free ride. And you can get one at the hotel if you're staying, and they gave it to me. This transport card allows me to get to the city for free, and I can use it for my entire stay at the hotel. Ecole Lemania is a private boarding school located in Lausanne, Switzerland. Lausanne is generally known as an education and sports center. The International Olympic Committee is headquartered here, as well as several top-rated universities. And the very location on the Geneva Lake coast, close to the Swiss Alps, makes it attractive for the students. The school is located next to the Flon, one of the most dynamic districts of Lausanne. Initially, the Flon was an industrial area with warehouses and railroads. The name comes from the river that used to flow where the district was built. In the last couple of decades, the district had received a big renewal. The warehouses were converted into modern offices, apartments, restaurants, and shops. New buildings were added too. The district had turned into a busy and fashionable part of Lausanne. Art galleries and cultural institutions are placed here, together with a cinema and several concert halls. It is a popular place to stroll and have a dinner with a large selection of cafes and restaurants. It is designed to be a convenient public area for pedestrians and has a central square to hold events all year long. Let's also not forget that Lausanne is the only city in Switzerland that has a subway, and you can easily travel from here to anywhere. Right across the street from the school is a picturesque park, the Mont Benoît, from which opens an astonishing view onto the Geneva Lake and the Alps. Here you can chill and enjoy the landscape. I'm filming this building because this is the train terminal that you'll arrive at in Lausanne if you're coming from the Geneva airport. And getting here from the airport will take you less than an hour. And right upon getting out, you'll see the writing Lausanne Capitale Olympique, which means Lausanne Olympic Capital. Yeah, because right here is the museum, as you may guess, of the Olympic Games, right by the lake, which is below here. I'm going to the school right now. I've checked my navigator. It's only 250 meters. From the station to the school, 250.
Whole of the year, we would have maybe 1,000 students over the whole process of a year. But on campus, for the academic programs, we have around 200 students. We have a summer camp, which is about 70 students. And at the moment, we have around, when you say international students, we have 40 different nationalities. So if a student is coming in for the IB, we would take a student at 15 years old, and they would take the prep program, which also includes a strong English component if the student needs that. We also have the English and French language courses, which are 15 to 20 hours a week, including the IELTS preparation.
This is the first floor of the administrative building. Here on the first floor you can find all the departments of the school management. So over there you can talk to the head of the boarding, and here is the secretariat. Do you live nearby or somewhere far from here? Not far at all. You walk here? Yeah, usually. This is the boarding floor. Only boys live here. In front of you and behind you are two separate branches of the boarding school. Students live here. Are you allowed to go to the boarding? I'm not sure. I can. Girls are not allowed to the boys' floor, but I think they can let you. If you go to the head of the boarding and warn that you'll be here, then no problem. If you compare Geneva versus Lausanne, Lausanne has soul. Geneva is more about the money, business. It's insanely beautiful. That's the biggest loss in my opinion. Everything is easily accessible. You can walk to any place. We're in the cafeteria. There is another wing of it over there. And over here too. Unfortunately, everyone had already had their lunch, so we can show you the food. And how many meals per day do you have? Since we don't live in the boarding, we get only one per day, the lunch. And those who live here, they have breakfast, lunch and dinner, and snacks always available. Fruits in the afternoon, and what's down there. And that's the boarding for girls.
Lausanne, there's always something to do here. And it's also very vibrant. It's got a very strong tourism industry. Well, this is on a train track. You go from Geneva, you go to Lausanne, and you go to Milan. From here, you easily get to Paris. You could even take the boat from here, go over to France. This is definitely not a boring city. There are music festivals, there are big sports events. We have the sport, the football, the hockey, the tennis, all of these big events in the city. So there's a lot of things to do here.
Using this screen, so you can check the menu. So here we have a lasagna, desserts, fruits, and here's student's life. You can see it on the screen. The schedule is individual for every student because of the different subject choices. You have certain ones in your program, and then you select 6 to 7 disciplines for yourself, and based on that, your schedule is formed. It's a very university-like schedule format. There is no such thing as coming at 7 and going at 3. They've shown me this room which didn't change since the foundation of the school. And these books, yet you see here on the shelves, the cabinet, it remains from that time. So it's over 102 years old. And so are all these books here, of course. School starts at 4 years old for children in Switzerland, so since 4 up to 17, 18 until you finish high school, you can study here. What are the big differences in studying here? There is a colossal difference. When we first arrived here, it was hard to believe because our post-Soviet era has a quite narrow-minded format of studying. It is based on the teacher being an absolute authority, which no student can question anytime. So everything is built on respect that is clearly fake. They get rid of that here by implementing a system based on actual mutual respect. You don't respect the teacher because he's senior, you respect him because he's cool. He teaches you things that you need and you listen because of that. Moreover, most homework is creative. For example, if you take history, your assignment is not to memorize dates and names of kings, but to give your view and analysis of events. This gives a much deeper understanding of history and you remember things much more easily. During its history, the school has earned a reputation of an exceptional institution. A wide spectrum of programs is offered here, including secondary education, Swiss Maturité, French Baccalaureate, and International Baccalaureate. Also preparation classes for university entrance exams. You can say swear words. Igor. Hi, I'm Paulina. Nice to meet you. We're going to the library. Apollinaria, let's go. Open the window for me. Thank you. They've told me there is a casino further ahead, right? Yeah, or there used to be. There is. Lausanne is quite simple and prosaic. If you're going down, you're approaching the lake coast. If you're going upwards, so from any point, you're getting to the city center. In the center, we have transport hubs, shopping malls. Is that true that in Switzerland you can drink tap water? Yeah, that's true. Do you drink it? Yeah, of course. They don't even have any kind of filters at home. They drink straight from the tap. You're not afraid? No, nothing happened to you. We've been living here for a year and it's all good so far. Classes here are held in French and English, and students have the opportunity to study other languages. You can learn about the programs and enrollment on our website smapse.com, where our consultants will answer all of your questions.